All right. All right now. Hello there, you guys. It's your girl, Earlene Robinson, and I'm coming to you live with another video, you guys. Guess what? This is a little bit of Black History time, okay? So those of you that are interested in a little bit of Black history, why don't you take a seat, grab some coffee, tea, or what have you to keep you company, okay, to make you comfortable, because I want you to get comfortable. I got something I want to show you, all right? Now, this video is coming from the Great Griot, Griot, G-R-I-O-T, the Great Griot, okay? This video was posted 2 years ago, and I come across it, and I felt the need to show it. Now, the history is dating back to 1811 in Louisiana, okay? A Louisiana uprising of the black people. Who said we didn't fight back? A Louisiana uprising of black people, all right? I want you to check it out. It's not long. It's only 9 minutes and 41 seconds. But I want you to see something. I think it's educational, and I think it's knowledgeable. I think it's something that we need to keep rolling, and so our young people could see, as to give hope and to see that, you know, even though we're still in this struggle to be treated like human beings, then we still can have hope, because just like our ancestors done it, it may come to a point where we have to do it too. We have to ask ourselves sometime, how much would white people take? How much would they go as far as 400 and 500 of years of being captured and put in slavery and people treated just any kind of way? How much of that would you take before you rise up? Okay? So it's a question. It's just a question. Now look, if this video plays out at the end, and I didn't get a chance to elaborate at the end after 9 minutes and 41 seconds, then I want you guys to leave a comment. Please do not leave without leaving a comment. I need to know what you guys got to say about this, okay? I found the video and I think it's knowledgeable. I think everybody should see it, of all walks of life. Everybody of all colors, shape, form, and sizes should take a look at this. All right?
Did you know that in America there were over 300 recorded armed resistant movements? Yes. From the brave warriors of the Bacon Rebellion, the Stono Rebellion, Nat Turner, to the ingenious plots of Denmark Vesey and Gabriel Prosser. We're going to look at one of the largest movements, the Louisiana Uprising of 1811, and how they came very, very close in creating a black republic, a land of freedom, true democracy, and protection from European oppression.
To die, and so we would struggle and fight. We would continue to use our language when they weren't looking. We would continue to remember our customs. I'm an African, I'm a God, I'm a Shanti, I know who I am. They won't take me from me. Some of our people say, you will not take my identity. In fact, Bruce would just say, I'd rather die and have no respect and be a slave and a servant to you. And so they said, no, I'm gonna beat this out of you. Because we were rebellious, we didn't want it. They said, what's your name? And that black man would say, my name, I'm gonna shock you. He said, you are a nigga. He said, I'm God, I'm Paul. You'll never change me. And many of our ancestors died fighting, never accepting anything less than being proud, productive African people.
Indeed, we fought the entire time. And nothing testifies to this statement more than the armed resistance movement by the enslaved Africans led by Charles Dessalines. In order to truly grasp the brave attempt of our ancestors, we need to understand that there were 3 ways of resisting capitalistic slavery. Running away to territories like Canada, becoming a maroon, living in the swamps and surviving off of the wildlife, and carrying out raids on the plantations to free up others. Number 3, overthrow the state, overthrowing the dictatorship of the slave-holding class. All forms of of resisting European imperialists in this capitalistic slave society was extremely dangerous. But the most daring and noblest, a combative, daring, direct approach of overthrowing the old oppressive machine, taking away the land from the slave owners without compensation, and turning the land over to be controlled and owned by the true tillers of the land. This is what revolution is. The removing of one class of power and replacing it with the new class or new coalition. And that's just what our brave ancestors of Louisiana attempted in 1811. To accomplish this, Dessalines' strategy was a two-pronged military attack on the city of New Orleans. One prong of the attack was for the enslaved Africans joined with the maroon communities to move from plantation to plantation along the Mississippi River. They will first fight off the loyal slaves, then slay the slaveholders, and assemble an army as they move down the river road. They would capture the city of New Orleans and make it the capital of the new republic. The other pronged attack was to involve the enslaved Africans inside of New Orleans, who would at the same time seize the arsenal at Fort St. Charles and distribute the weapons to the arriving slave army. Under Dessalines' directions, New Orleans would serve as the base of a liberated zone where slaves from all over the South could come to gain their freedom. Dessalines and his comrades began the uprising with two slogans: "On to New Orleans" and "Freedom or Death." There were no promises. There were no guarantees that it would work. But under this tyranny, it was better to fight than to die under their oppressive rule. Late that evening on the German coast, about 26 miles outside of New Orleans, the uprising began.
Here at this spot, this is the former Colonel Manuel Andrews plantation. Today it's called the City of La Platte. On this land, which was about 4,000 acres, the rebels had as their objective to capture New Orleans to build an independent black republic. It was a powerful revolt involving over 500 Africans from 50 different African nations.
Starting at the Audrey plantation, enslaved Africans traveled all night and throughout the day, marching from plantation to plantation, killing slave owners.
Here is the grave of Francois Trepanier, who was one of the most brutal and oppressive slave owners. What's written on his gravestone is very significant. It's written in French. I'm going to read it and translate it. It says, "In memory, Francois Trepanier, killed by the slaves of 1811. February 10th, 1811. One would ask, why would they put this on his tombstone? They put this on his tombstone, the U.S. militia and his family, as a means to make him hero. But it backfired. Because every time we bring people here on this tour, people rejoice. They rejoice in the fact that some of these oppressors were taken out.
The next day, under the leadership of Manuel Audrey, a territorial militia of roughly 80 men went to attack and take down the African army. But they were outnumbered and defeated. Sir General Wade Hampton was then dispatched to New Orleans along with the U.S. troops. No, he wasn't dispatched to stop the slave owners and others from exploiting, torturing, raping, killing our ancestors. Nope, he wasn't dispatched to ensure freedom and democracy for all people under this fairly new constitution. No. Those proud American patriots, under the banner of the red, white, and blue, marched in to end any hope of democracy for our ancestors and to place them right back under the oppressive rule of the slave owners and the white power structure. Governor Wade Hampton's army, together with Major Milton at Destrehan Plantation, being well armed, was able to stop the uprising. Some of the leaders were captured, placed on trial, and executed. Their heads were cut off and placed on poles for more than 60 miles along the river in order to frighten and intimidate the other enslaved Africans. So the question is this uprising just like so many others in America? Was it successful? Absolutely. They did not achieve their goal of creating a true democracy, but it did show future generations to resist and continue fighting when your civilization is being attacked. Later that year, the Africans rose up, and this was followed in 1812 by a new round of plots and revolts inside the city of New Orleans. Over the next several decades, the resistance escalated until finally the children and the grandchildren of the 1811 revolutionary Africans would triumph and defeat the dictatorship of the slave-holding class in the Civil War. Understand that when any African, whether enslaved or free, fought to liberate themselves, seek land, and come from under European oppression, it jeopardized the very wealth system of what Europeans were creating with this exploitation. And this meant death. So yes, any revolutionary African that put forth an effort to create change by simply having the audacity to fight is considered a success in my book. And all of our ancestors that died trying to create a better situation for themselves and future generations, which includes you and I, deserves our honor and our respect. On to New Orleans, Louisiana's heroic 1811 slave revolt. This book includes in-depth information and documents pertaining to our revolutionary ancestors and their heroic fight for freedom. This is information that you do not receive in school. If you would like a copy of this book, you can go to thegreatgriot.com.
All right, y'all. What you think? Hit me up now. Hit me up and tell me what you think. Drop a couple of lines. You don't have to write a whole book. If you could just drop a couple of lines, I'll be grateful for that. I just need to know where to go. How to steer these type of historic videos and put them out there and help spread them. Like I say, I'm piggybacking off of The Great Griot. I don't know how to pronounce it. Griot. So, and you can pick these books up. You notice the colors, you guys? Red, black, and green. Keep those colors in mind. Okay? Don't forget those colors. I think you should understand that those colors are a little bit more important than the red, white, and blue colors. By all means. This is your girl, Earlene Robinson, and I'm coming to you live with this educational video. And it's for everybody. Peace out.